You're not weak. You're just wired like every other human who's ever forgotten their own name in front of a crowd. Freezing under pressure isn't a flaw, it's biology. But here's the kicker. The people who seem calm under chaos, they're not naturally confident. They've just trained their brain not to panic when the lights come on and everyone's watching. The bad news? Your survival instinct doesn't care about your reputation. The good news? You can hijack it. In fact, in less than 10 seconds, you can flip your mental switch from "oh no" to "let's go." No therapy, no mantras, just a set of immediate no BS techniques that elite performers use every single day in boardrooms, on stages, under fire. So, if you've ever felt your mind go blank, your voice disappear, or your heartbeat turn into a drum solo, stay here. Because what you're about to learn doesn't just help you cope, it helps you command. And the first shift starts in a place you never expect. There's that moment you open your mouth and nothing comes out. Your brain, once brimming with ideas, turns into a Windows 98 blue screen. And it's not a lack of content, it's an excess of threat. The brain goes into survival mode. Instead of thinking, it starts screaming for help internally. The amygdala takes over and shuts down logical thinking like pulling the plug on a computer. This isn't drama, it's basic neuroscience. And the worst part? The more you try to force a response, the more your brain freezes. A cruel paradox. But here's the twist. This state isn't inevitable. It's a circuit, and circuits can be interrupted. The key is to understand the trigger before it completes. The blank doesn't start the moment you freeze. It starts seconds before, in microtensions in the body, increased breathing, and that look that starts searching for an exit. When you learn to recognize this threshold moment, you gain the chance to stop the breakdown before it destroys your performance. And what's more, the brain needs a new route when the previous one fails. And this new route begins in the body. The body communicates with the brain as much as vice versa. A subtle movement, a deeper breath, a simple shift in focus can change your mental state before it destroys you. And that's where silent techniques come in that no one notices, but that save your image in seconds.
Sometimes the loudest thing you can do is nothing at all. In high-pressure moments, people often try to force control through big actions, fixing posture, clenching fists, fake smiles. But what actually works is a single, subtle gesture. That's what a silent anchor is. It's not about theatrics, it's about giving your nervous system a coded message. You're safe, you're in control. This might be rubbing your thumb against your index finger, tapping your heel twice, pressing your tongue lightly to the roof of your mouth. To the world, nothing's happening, but inside, your system is rebooting. What makes it powerful is that your brain learns to associate that tiny action with a state of calm focus if you train it consistently. It's a neuro association. Just like hearing a song that takes you back to a memory, your body starts linking the anchor with confidence. Athletes, public speakers, even negotiators use this, not to impress others, but to stop themselves from slipping into chaos. Think of it like a psychological seatbelt. It doesn't stop the crash from happening, but it keeps you in place when things get rough. Want to test it? Pick one gesture, something discreet, repeatable, and natural to you. Now, every time you feel calm, centered, focused, do it. Link the gesture to that emotion. Then, in moments of stress, try it again. Watch how your brain slowly learns that this tiny move is your way of saying, "I've got this." And when combined with something even more primal, like breath control, here's the thing no one tells you. Your breath is a remote control for your brain. When pressure hits, most people stop breathing properly. They either hold their breath or inhale too quickly, signaling to the brain that there's danger. This triggers the sympathetic nervous system, the fight, flight, freeze response. But here's the hack. If you breathe in a certain pattern, you override that alarm. You hijack the system in your favor. Try this. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 1. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 5. That's it. 10 seconds. This pattern tells your parasympathetic system, your rest and digest state, to step in. The heart slows, muscles loosen, thoughts stop racing. It's not meditation, it's biology. Navy SEALs use this, trauma therapists use this, people who can't afford to panic use this. And the best part, it works fast. Faster than logic, faster than thinking, because it doesn't argue with your brain, it bypasses the panic. You're not convincing yourself that everything's fine, you're making your body feel safe, and your brain simply follows. It's like hacking your own software without needing to talk yourself through it. But if breathing is how you reset internally, vision is how you reconnect externally. When you're under pressure, your eyes betray you. You fix it on a person, a screen, a problem. It's tunnel vision, literally. And the brain interprets that focus as danger. Predators stare, prey freezes. Your nervous system thinks you're in a cage with a lion, so it pumps cortisol, tightens your jaw, and shuts down creative thought. In that state, even tying your shoes feels like quantum physics. But there's a way out, through your periphery. Slowly widen your gaze. Don't look around. Soften your focus. Notice what's in the edges of your vision. The window to your left, the shadow behind your laptop, the floor beneath your feet. This activates a different brain state, one of presence without threat. Athletes call it soft eyes. In psychology, it's linked to spatial awareness and nervous system regulation. Why does it work? Because predators don't monitor their surroundings, only the hunted do. So when you scan your environment calmly, your brain concludes, we're not being hunted. It flips the switch. Your body calms down, your breathing steadies, and suddenly the task that felt impossible becomes manageable. But there's another shift that takes this to the next level. Not just surviving pressure, but turning it into momentum. Here's the truth most people miss. Pressure isn't the enemy. Resistance to pressure is. High performers aren't immune to chaos, they just don't fight it. They channel it. Pressure's like electricity. Uncontrolled, it fries the system. Directed, it powers the city. The secret? They've trained their brains to interpret adrenaline not as panic, but as fuel. Where others freeze, they lock in. This isn't motivational fluff, it's neurobiology. Focus isn't a calm lake, it's a river with strong current. Your job is to jump in and steer. That starts by recognizing the signals. Rapid heartbeat, shallow breath, muscle tension. Instead of resisting, they say, game time. They ground themselves using their anchor, widen their gaze, breathe with intent, and then execute. Not perfectly, but decisively. One Olympic coach once said, the only difference between amateurs and pros is that the pros know what to do when it all goes wrong. And that's it. Pressure isn't going away, but with the right tools, physiological and mental, it stops being a wall and becomes a ramp. Now the question is, will you let it shut you down, or will you use it to rise?
So now you've got tools. Not just theory, but actual levers you can pull the next time pressure kicks in and your brain hits pause. But here's the real test. Will you use them? Or will you wait for the next high-stakes moment to catch you off guard again? Ask yourself, how much has pressure already cost you? A missed opportunity? A frozen presentation? A silence you wish you had filled or hadn't? The truth is, you don't rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your preparation. And now, you're prepared. If this episode hits you in the gut or the brain, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a comment, share your own war story, and most of all, subscribe. Because this is just the beginning. The next time chaos comes knocking, you won't freeze. You'll lead.